Welcome into episode 36 of WCATChats, and we're joined along here by two of the senior football players, Jett Hartley and Armstrong Jones, and good morning to y'all.
Good morning. So you guys just came off a really strong win last week, and you guys are building up steam really in this region. You guys are tied for first, I believe. What have you guys seen from your team so far in the season?
Well, my big point about this season is how together we are as seniors. There's no division, and I think that really made us a strong team. Whether our talent is not as good as other teams, but we really play together and communicate and play fast.
And I would say defensively, just being physical. I think over the weeks we've all gotten better. Like every position group has gotten better throughout the season, and just continue to be physical and just play hard-nosed football, like Coach Romberg would say.
Yeah, I've seen in the past couple of weeks, you guys have come up against some really strong, talented players, but you guys have been able to stick together and really come out on top. In the past couple of weeks, the offense has just been clicking consistently, and the defense making consistent 3-and-outs and things like that. It was just really impressive to see, especially from the beginning couple of games. You guys looked a little unsteady, but it's really kind of come together. So I think that's pretty good.
I don't know why I got pointed at, but going back to when you first started playing football, what is almost your first memory playing? Maybe it's back at NYO or the Pee Wee football days.
Mine has to be just playing with my dad. From, I think it was second or third grade, just going out there and getting to actually play tackle football, which is something I was waiting for my whole life. Getting to play it while my dad was coaching was just special.
Yeah, well, I guess I could say mine started with Madden. I used to play that all the time, just running plays in the practice mode. It wasn't even gameplay, but there in flag football, my dad would coach there, and made it to NYO 5th grade. I loved the sport all the way through.
And Armstrong, you have a couple older brothers who are pretty good at football. How have they helped you with how you've become the football player you are?
They just, every week they shoot me a text sometime before the game and just remind me to stay locked in, play physical, and that none of the kids that we play are truly that good. We haven't played any 5 stars or people out of this world that, it's just unstoppable. So it's just go out there and do what you need to do. So they've definitely been a big help throughout my high school career.
And Jett, has there been a specific player you model your game after?
Not particularly. I guess
Pat Tillman.
Yeah, Pat Tillman. He's pretty cool. Very physical. I guess in the receiver aspect, I used to love the Broncos growing up, so I'd say Wes Welker. And
yeah, I was actually about to say Julian
player.
Edelman. You kind of come to mind. Just looking at the season stats, most receptions on the team by a fair bit, second most yards. So clearly you and Michael Buhey have that connection. What have you seen from the junior quarterback? His first year starting, have you guys seen him mature?
He's done a great job, really stepping up and not even being a backup last year, just coming in, and especially his run game has been very great for us.
And just staying poised, just staying composed, because out there on the field there's a lot going on, there's a lot being said, and there's just a lot to manage, and especially as a quarterback, which I can't even relate to, but I feel like he's done a good job of just staying poised, not getting too caught up in anything, and just leading.
Talking about staying locked in during games, how would you say you guys, before games, any superstitions, anything you guys individually have to do? I know there's some things that the teams do that you can't really talk about, but individually, anything you guys do to get locked in before game?
Me, I usually like to take a nap. Every bus ride, no matter if we're going to Lovett or somewhere hours away, I always take a nap. So.
Yeah, I'd probably say pregame meal. I really like to fill up before a game, especially that. I guess it's at 4 hours before a game, just making sure I'm not getting hungry in the game.
Yeah.
And as seniors, how have you guys been able to make such a good chemistry? I know Romberg told us a little bit about Jett the jokester. So how has all that come to fruition? What have you guys been doing for the team?
I would say just our senior year has been something that we've all been looking forward to, and just now that it's here, I think we're all very locked in and just all have the same common goal, which helps so much.
Yeah, being the jokester, I guess. Every now and then got to make the team laugh and bring them together, I guess you could say. But I like to take it, like, as a senior, I do have that leadership role, so I do have to know when to, cut it off and make sure we're all locked in, and especially game time. That's really important.
And now being a senior this year and you have some underclassmen looking up at you, was there an older guy that you looked up to, growing up, going through in your younger Westminster football days?
Probably Holden Stays, being able to play with Holden.
For me, I'd say Henry Chartrand. I saw him just like he was in 10th grade, and being a star player then, even just like getting a couple catches, and I really looked up to that.
And have there been any coaches that have really helped you guys mold your game?
It's got to be Coach Pullen.
Yeah, I'd say collectively.
Me and Jett spend so much time with Coach Pullen, and he's been the defensive coordinator for 2 years now. So we just every practice we're always talking or just going through something, or he's getting on us or something.
And you guys are the safeties for the team, strong safety, free safety. Is there a mentality you guys have, like being in the back of the defense? Like, what do you guys think when you see like plays from all the way back there? Like, what's your mentality?
I would say our mentality back there is just you have to be a pass guy first, because you're the last. After us, there's no one back there. So you have to always be a pass guy and make sure nothing gets behind you. But also, you have to be physical and get downhill and help with the run, which I think this is why I really love playing safety, is because you get to play the pass, but you also get to go downhill and play the run.
I agree with that totally, and the aggressiveness you need at safety just the mental speed to be able to recognize the run and really get downhill and fill the gap where needed.
Both of you guys play on the offensive side and the defensive side of the ball. If you had to pick one, maybe not what you play more of, maybe not what you're better at, but if you had to pick one that you just have more fun doing, what would that be?
Defense, all day.
Defense, yep.
Defense.
Well, I was gonna say you guys have both had a couple really big hits. Has one stuck out from your career that you're like, man, if I could have a highlight reeled up in the first video?
I think probably last year against Miller Grove. It was the opening play of the game, and they ran it was like a fake handoff, and they passed it to the flats, and I was like 12 or 13 yards back, and I saw it, and I came downhill and made a tackle, and it was really cool.
That's what I think of for you too. For mine, I guess the Love game was a big one for me. Just the pass breakup, and that felt good.
Yeah, I think I remember that. And you also had did you have the forced fumble in that game against I can't remember
The Holy Innocents one?
No, it was
that was missed.
It was Centennial, I think.
It might have been, yeah.
And I mean, I like to say that I do, but he kind of dropped it before I touched him. So I scared him at least. So again, yeah.
I mean, it's good enough. So you guys are going final game of your guys' regular season career, senior night. What are you guys thinking?
Always win. Gotta win. And like Coach Sterno said to us earlier in the week, we're almost in the playoffs now, because every game that we play has a huge impact on the rest of our season in the postseason. So just win, and also just soak it in. Hopefully it's not our last at home, but just soak it in, because Coach Romberg tells us these are memories that you'll remember forever. So just soak it all in.
Yeah, for sure that, and playing 100%. You can't get mad at yourself if you play 100% and give it your all. So just make sure to play aggressive, play hard, and all the time. So leave everything out there.
This being your last home regular season game, if you had to go back all 4 years, even your middle school days, if you had to pick one game, your favorite, what would that be?
Mine would probably have to be last year against Holy Innocents. It was my birthday, and I didn't even play the greatest, but it's just so special getting to win on your birthday, and especially such a huge region game. It was a game that everyone had circled all year on their calendar, so just being able to win on my birthday was the best birthday present ever.
I mean, I can't beat Love It Week. The energy and that game, it's just, we're all fired up. We're unstoppable that week, I think, and that's probably my favorite.
Yeah, you guys were unstoppable that game. That was ridiculous how many points you guys put up. I think that was the most points you guys have scored in a Battle of Buckhead game.
It was.
So, yeah.
So
41-15.
you guys, you're always in the last people, so you're looking down at the field. You guys have seen Wade Penn do a lot, especially in Lawton Soderman as well. What have you guys seen from them? I mean, like from last year to this year, they've developed so much.
They're just beasts. They're just Lawton. You know, you can almost always count on them to get there. And if Wade's down there, he's gonna hit somebody pretty hard. So they're just ridiculous.
Yeah, I feel like I always see the aftermath. I'm on the other side of the field. He is, and so like I usually see him just popping up after a tackle, and like I'm running over there, like to be the backside, and it's already down. So I never have to worry about that.
Yeah, both of them are having ridiculous seasons. Wade Lawton and Jake Persons, they have the most TFLs on the team. Everyone else has 2 or less. They have 7.5, 10.5, and 12.5. So ridiculous numbers by that. Has there been any younger players that you guys weren't expecting to step up, and you're just like, they're gonna be good someday?
Mine would have to be Jack the Butts. I mean, this year stepping up as a sophomore is just, and especially a linebacker in such a physical position, and like you have to do a lot. He's done a great job, and I think Southwest DeKalb he really had. I think that was probably his best game. That or Holy Innocents.
Yeah, I agree with that totally. And I've even seen Robert Douglas, coming in at the jack position and just making plays here and there.
Mm-hmm. And then, Coach Romberg, a lot of great stories from him. What is one of y'all's favorite memories or stories about him?
Oh, man.
This is my personal favorite. This is probably top jokester moment for me. So we have a clock on the practice field, giving us periods of, when we're doing stuff. And sometimes the managers don't get it started in time, and he was yelling to them, just go, clock, clock. And the whole team started doing it back with him. And then he told everyone to, stop and, shut up. But I did it one more time. And before he even turned around, he goes, was that Jett? Really? And it just, I lost it. It was just.
I don't even know if I can pick a single memory out. It's like almost every time you see him, it's a memory. Like, he just does something every time you see him.
Yeah.
He does. We found out a couple weeks ago he actually watches the podcast. So,
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
What's up, Coach?
And then, Armstrong, and maybe also you, Jett, I saw you were posting the huddle stuff, but Armstrong, what's it been like going through the college recruiting process, getting those offers, and trying to figure out where you want to spend the next 4 years?
It's been a blessing. It's been a blessing, but it's also been a little bit stressful just trying to find the right fit for me. That's what me and my mom talk about. Almost, it feels like, I tell her it feels like we talk about it every 10 minutes, but every day it's a blessing always, so it's a blessing.
And for someone who, your brother as well, kind of went through the process, what kind of advice has he given you and helped guide you through the process as well?
He's told me to always just be nice to people, because those are the people that you don't think have an impact have the biggest impact. How you treat people on campus and how you talk to people and hold doors for people, all of that matters. And also just have fun while you're doing it. Enjoy the process, because it feels stressful now, but him looking back, it's such a great time being in high school and getting to go through this process. So
I gotta ask, what's it like seeing your brother in the NFL?
it's crazy. Every time I see him with a Chiefs thing, I'm just like, goodness gracious. And I don't know if you guys know who MMG is on Madden.
Yeah, of course.
So it was the first Wheel of Mutt video.
Oh,
and
yeah, I remember that.
Someone sent it to me. It was Will Riedel. Will Riedel sent it to me, and he was like, Truman was on his team. It was a 60-something overall. But I was still wow.
crazy.
He's really
Have you played as your brother in Madden yet?
I haven't. I need to get the new Madden. Over Christmas break, I'm going to get it, and I'm going to spam him. I'm going to go just get 30 sacks with him.
Yeah, you might have to upgrade the stats a little bit.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, I will.
That's actually that is so cool.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And it's your last send off on the Westminster football team. What would it be like? There's definitely the chance you were very competitive against Benedictine, but making a deep playoff run here and potentially going all the way to Mercedes-Benz.
I mean, it'd just be a blessing. I mean, Westminster football has been something I've been around for my whole life. So just being able to watch them in 2015 win the state championship, I was like, there's nothing I want to do more. So I think we're on pace right now to do something special, but we just have to keep doing well in practice and keep our heads down and just play good football for a couple more weeks.
I agree. Just staying together, and we know our strengths, and we can totally beat teams out with our mentality as a team, and just win together.
Going off the football field, you guys are seniors, something that's obviously probably really crazy to you to think about now. But if you had to look back 4 years, what memory in the high school outside of the football field would you just say is just embodies your years at Westminster?
That's a deep question. Wow.
Should have posed that to them before they got here.
I mean, it was
Came
pretty
on the
cool
spot.
winning the lacrosse state championship
That
stat
was
on
great.
sports.
Yeah.
Too, so.
That was definitely special.
Beat and love it.
Yeah. The lacrosse state championship for me, too. That was special.
I don't think baseball's ever going to get there. But
Oh,
Who
we would,
knows?
we would
Who
love
knows?
to. All right. You guys have any more questions?
I mean, yeah, we've asked this to every one of our guests.
Oh, yeah.
If you give a piece of advice to a younger you or a younger football player or student, what would that be?
I would say maybe not joke too much in the early times, and really playing hard, and like the coaches will see you, whether they say it or not. You just gotta keep doing what you're good at, and they'll find you.
Yeah, and I would say for me, probably just keep your head down and you'll get to where you want to be. Don't overthink anything. Just go out there, give everything your 100%. And I definitely probably would have told myself to focus a little bit more in class. Definitely.
thank you guys so much for coming on here. I mean, we had a great time, and hope you guys best of luck this Friday and senior night, and hopefully a strong push in the playoffs.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Jett and Armstrong, and good luck coming up this week. And speaking of this week, football team, it's senior night like we mentioned, and they'll be taking on Miller Grove this Friday at home at 7:30. As of right now, they're tied for the 1 seed, but since they lost to Stevenson, they're most likely going to be the 2 seed, and they're going to play the 3 seed out of Region 7. Region 7 includes some powerhouse teams such as Cedartown, right? Cedartown.
Yep.
Which, Westminster baseball did take them down thanks to some spectacular pitching. And also,
They kind of took themselves down, I'm not going to lie.
but speaking of taking teams down, the football team took down Southwest DeKalb 37-19 last week. Great all-around win, I would say. And Wilkie had some 2 spectacular punts, pinning one on the 1-yard line.
How do you misspell memory that bad?
I wasn't really worrying about doing that on the prep. But we're just going to keep on moving, guys.
Without the Y and put an I-E. How do you do that? All right, well, either way, football team last week was very dominant. I mean, I feel like I've been saying this every time the past couple of weeks, but just offense has just been clicking. They won 37-19. Each week, Michael Buhe just gets more and more confident in the pocket. And then also a couple rushing touchdowns as well. A lot of rushing touchdowns for the Cats.
Including Braydon Willis with his first career varsity touchdown. Jake Persons got a touchdown. Fane Barton had a nice reception for a touchdown. Jake Persons got another touchdown, and then Buhe ran one in. So overall, just a ton of rushing touchdowns, which is spectacular to see. And the Cats started off hot. They were up 21-7 at half. Then they were able to close out that game, scoring 9 in the third quarter and 7 in the fourth to ultimately get the victory and to move to 3-1 in region play. And now, moving over to the cross-country team, onto the trails. They got state Saturday. Boys are going for their 32nd state championship, and girls are looking to win one after last year they got 4th.
And then volleyball, they fell to love it 3-0. But, I mean, Palmer, you were there. You were commentating
was there.
with some WCAT royalty. So just give me a rundown. What happened?
The Cats took on Lovett, and they had already lost to Lovett twice in the year. So, it was going to be a tough matchup, and they lost the first 2 sets kind of close. And then that third set, they were up 20-10 and ultimately did fall. But, a spectacular year overall, tons of all-region players, and the most wins in program history with 46, which is just an insane number for a high school sport to have a high school team. And also, speaking of the volleyball, sophomore Ashley Adams was honored as the Jersey Mike's Player of the Week this week. So congrats to Ashley. And then one more sport.
Yeah, swim. Well, why am I covering swim? Palmer, you swim.
Hey, well, I wasn't even at the meet because I was at the football game, but took on Collins Hill, who is a bit more of a football powerhouse than they are a swim powerhouse. Girls won 182 to 113. Boys won 190 to 101. And then this Thursday, big challenge. The Chattanooga boarding schools are coming down. Macaulay and GPS. It's probably going to be the hardest dual meet of the year. So a big test early here in the season.
And Palmer, what have you seen from the swim team? Because you guys are consistently good year in, year out. But, like, this year, new swimmers. What do you
We got a freshman, Connor Christofferson, who I believe you could argue, I'm pretty sure maybe the fastest kid his age and is insanely fast. His older sister, Katie, also great. So a really good freshman class came up on both sides. And then the sophomores are continuing to grow. A lot of them did a ton of club swimming over the offseason, so they're fast. And then the juniors, just 2 junior guys, but, we're making our impact felt. And the seniors are doing a great job in their leadership role. So overall, just a great team, and it's already very cohesive.
And then also a couple commitments recently. On the volleyball team, Ellie Myers committed to Amherst, so congratulations to her. Big Phillips Moore committed to Duke.
Woo!
Yeah, always excited about that. We love Phillips. Who doesn't love Phillips? And then it looks like you got a couple sports updates right here.
Oklahoma lost to Kansas. Big upset there, and great to see as a Texas fan. So you, not great. Falcons, they've looked bad.
The Falcons did.
But hey, not gonna lie, Heineke looked pretty good after that. But still,
Well, Heineke's good. That's what I'm.
But who cares? Heineke's not your franchise QB.
Desmond Ritter is.
No, you got to tank and draft someone. And then Hawks, they kind of destroyed the best team in the league in the Milwaukee Bucks. That was spectacular to see. And then,
You want to hear some basketball news?
sure.
Chris Paul, for the first time in his 19-year career, came off the bench.
Wow.
Yeah. I believe it was the longest streak of all time, which is just ridiculous. And then the Rangers are up 3-1, but unfortunately for the Rangers, they are losing Adelise
Snakes
Garcia
alive.
from an injury oblique strain, which is never good to hear. Max Scherzer also really hurt his hand, I believe.
I believe it was back.
Back and hand, actually. He cut open his hand, and then...
See, like Trevor
before the
Bauer, was he
start-
flying some drones?
No, I think he just ripped
Cut
while
it.
he was pitching. I'm not even sure
Interesting.
what happened. So Rangers up 3-1.
Yeah. And then moving into our fantasy league, which we have a punishment, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm not worried about that punishment. I think I've already secured the fact that I'm not having that.
Well, actually, if
I'm
you look at the
7-1 on the year.
Legitimately, well, have you let my... I actually tried to request Taylor Heineke, I think. No, I requested someone. Anyways,
Team is
literally,
stacked.
besides the first two, everyone could lose, become the loser, which is hilarious.
Yeah, let me
Because
pull
it's going
that
to be the
up.
bottom two people. Because
Right now, though, there is a 1-7 team.
yeah, it's gonna be the bottom two people, not just the
I
bottom
know.
one.
Sean Dingra is very much so in the running, as well as Devin Patel.
It's literally everyone. If you look at the records,
Really?
like look, scroll. Everyone is 4-4 or worse, besides the top three.
Yeah.
But look at that. Look who's in fourth place. Me. I'm 4-4. We came back. I was 1-3 at one point.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang, that's impressive.
Yeah.
I love Arjun has the most people that he's added and is still, I believe he's third to last in the league. Oh, holy cow. This is a 12-man league? How do I have such a good team in a 12-man league?
Because you've been making consistent moves. I haven't
Really?
I've added 3 people, and 2 of them were kickers.
All that really that I've added is like Puka Nakua and I guess Kareem Hunt, who's finally starting for me this week. But like Puka Nakua was a big ad.
Oh, you know what? No, never mind. I didn't even add him. Yeah,
I'm not taking on this week. Taking on Tage Skadati. We're expected to win. That's what you like to see. I'm probably pretty close to clinching playoffs. All right, there literally hasn't been a single week all year that he's had more points than me. So if I lose to Tages, that'll be very disappointing.
How do I look at my the points like that?
And then scroll down.
Oh yeah, so wait, which one's me? Oh yeah, so he outscored me I would have. He would have beaten me 3 times. Yeah. Putting up 155 in my last game.
I put up 180 one week.
Yeah, that's because you don't touch grass. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out
Twitter.
Senior Night. Yeah, Palmer loves his Twitter. Senior Night this Friday, home. Come check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, go Cats.
Go Cats.